Story 1. The Whispers of the Forgotten. Once a booming gold rush town, Eagle Mountain now stands eerily silent. This story revolves around the sudden whispers that began troubling a group of adventurous friends. Late one night, the friends decided to explore the abandoned mines, armed with only flashlights and their curiosity. As they ventured deeper into the tunnels, they noticed inexplicable whispers echoing in the darkness. Startled, they realized there was no earthly source for the sounds. Soon, the whispers became tormenting voices, which revealed the fate of many who perished in the collapsing mines. The friends hastily escaped, haunted by the whispers, which continued to drift throughout Eagle Mountain. Story 2. The Shadow of the Crimson Lady. In the early 1900s, a mysterious tragedy struck Eagle Mountain. A woman named Isabella, known for her deep connection to the eerie, ghost-like raven that followed her everywhere, was accused of witchcraft by the townspeople. As a final act before her death, it was said that Isabella unleashed a powerful curse, condemning the town to suffer for eternity. Now, a shadowy figure of a woman in a crimson dress haunts the hills surrounding Eagle Mountain, often accompanied by a spectral raven. Those who dared to visit the town during a blood moon claimed to hear the deafening caw of the raven, moments before witnessing the apparition of Isabella and her supernatural avian friend. Story 3. The Eternal Operative. Eagle Mountain was a mining town that operated around the clock, and the haunting tale of the Eternal Operative began when chaos ensued during a shift change. Caught in an unexpected cave-in, a miner named Samuel was imprisoned deep below the surface. It's said that his ghost now wanders the depths of the mine, eternally searching for escape. Bewildered adventurers who journey into the abandoned mine have reported brief encounters with Samuel, who appears as an expressionless specter with dimly glowing eyes. They often find dislodged rocks littering the pathways behind them, the result of his eternally desperate attempts to escape his cold, dark tomb. Story 4. The Phantom Miner. In the deserted town of Eagle Mountain, there once lived a miner named Peter Tompkins. To make ends meet, Peter spent day and night digging for gold. After months of toil, he unearthed the largest gold nugget ever seen in California, but tragically died from exhaustion moments later. Decades later, visitors often reported seeing a spectral figure wielding a pickaxe. They were convinced it was the ghost of Peter Tompkins searching for his lost gold. Over time, those who encountered the phantom miner found themselves inexplicably compelled to dig in the same spot Peter did, contributing to the haunting mystery of Eagle Mountain. Story 5. The Whispers of the Desert. Eagle Mountain had always had its share of strange occurrences. But one tale that truly frightened the townspeople was that of the desert whispers. Late at night, when the desert winds blanketed the town, chilling whispers could be heard echoing through the streets. Those who dared to follow the whispers would soon come across a cluster of old, abandoned houses at the edge of town, which seemed to emanate negative energy. No one knew the source of these whispers. But the stories claimed that any who stayed the night in one of the houses was never seen again, swallowed up by the eerie whispers of the desert. Story 6. The Curse of the Eagle Mountain Train. In 1921, a famous train called the Eagle Mountain Express was en route to its destination. Carrying precious cargo, a rare gem to be displayed at a prominent museum. When the train entered the ghost town of Eagle Mountain, the engine quit, leaving the frightened passengers stranded in the haunting darkness. The passengers soon realized they were unable to leave, as if an invisible force was keeping them in the town. Rumors spread that the train was cursed by the spirits of Eagle Mountain, seeking revenge for the disturbance of their town. To this day, the train and its ghostly passengers can be seen haunting the tracks, forever bound to the long-abandoned town of Eagle Mountain. In the arid landscape of Eagle Mountain, California, there stood the abandoned mining town that bore its name. Often overlooked due to its seclusion and desolation, the town held a secret shrouded in an eerie, supernatural presence. Story 7. Urban Explorers. Tomas and his friends, Emily and Charlotte, were avid urban explorers. They loved venturing into uninhabited, forgotten spaces where the whispers of history echoed through the dust. Eagle Mountain had piqued their interest due to the town's tragic past, marked by a long-forgotten mining disaster that claimed numerous lives. Legend had it that the souls of those miners haunted the tunnels below the town, unable to find rest until they were finally avenged. Hungry for excitement and not one to be daunted by ghost stories, the trio planned their journey to this ghostly destination. Upon arrival, they couldn't help but feel an unsettling atmosphere that hung over the desolate landscape. Crumbling buildings, remnants of what used to be homes and shops, were the only witnesses to the summer sky overtaking the barren mountains. As the team ventured further in, an inexplicable sense of sadness washed over them. Determined to unveil the truth behind the haunted town, they decided to split up and explore the area. Emily and Charlotte would head towards the dilapidated town center, while Tomas would descend into the depths of the abandoned mining tunnels. As Emily and Charlotte passed through the old town square, they caught a glimpse of what seemed to be spectral silhouettes wandering aimlessly. The air grew colder, their breaths visible in the moonlit darkness, but the chill wasn't only from the sudden temperature drop. Fear clutched at their hearts as they realized the ghostly figures appeared to be wearing mining gear. Meanwhile, Tomas made his way through the crumbling mining shaft, armed with a flashlight and his fascination for history. Walking along the damp and dark passageways, he felt an oppressive weight settling over him. It was there that he stumbled upon a cavernous room with an old, tarnished plaque in one corner. It revealed the names of the unfortunate souls lost to the mining disaster. It seemed as though the walls whispered the mourning of lost lives, every sound like a plea for their tale to be known. Feeling uneasy, Tomas decided it was time to rejoin the others. But as he tried to make his way back, he felt a powerful, invisible force pulling him deeper into the dark labyrinth. His flashlight flickered, casting shadows on the damp walls where images of grieving miners and their families danced, and suddenly, he was no longer alone. Panicked, Tomas bolted from the depths, finally finding his way back to the surface. Emily and Charlotte, equally relieved to see him, shared their own chilling encounter with the ghostly miners. They realized, as they stood in the eerie silence of Eagle Mountain, that the souls of those miners were indeed restless, trapped in a perpetual state of mourning. The group left with a heavy heart, vowing to honor the lost miners by sharing their tragic history. And so, as the sun rose over Eagle Mountain the next morning, the ghostly figures that wandered the desolate town seemed to fade into the shadows, their story finally brought to light. They say that on moonlit nights, whispers can still be heard as gusts of wind sweep through the abandoned streets. But now, visitors to Eagle Mountain will know the truth, and a sense of peace seems to settle over the remains, as though the spirits know that their story has been told.